Hey, challengers. Okay, here's a little coaching and feedback on day 2.
Woohoo!
We love hearing and reading your narrations. These show your mindset, your understanding, and we love getting your questions in the questions M&T topic.
Especially the juicy ones.
Some of you have wondered, what about XYZ technique that I was told? Usually they're mentioning a refinement of a skill, like turning on straight legs in high releve or something like that.
Well, remember in the pre-challenge video that we sent via email called Practice Strategy, we talked about progressive skill development, right? Well, one main principle of this universal concept for skill learning is that, now stay with my analogy here, is that all the technique in the world is not going to help a toddler do calligraphy. You learn skills best when you're ready for them, right? You've been to many workshops taught by amazing dancers with amazing technique and usually accurate tips on calligraphy. But this is not going to do you any good if you just learned how to hold a pencil. It's not that the advice isn't sound. It's that you have other priorities before you'll be able to use it effectively. So if you're wondering why we seem to be leaving out certain techniques that you've heard, know that this is intentional. We're focusing on your spin ability, your turning agility, not your turning styling or spinning refinement.
Of course, there are many, many more techniques. Remember, this is only 7 days, so we're picking and choosing what to focus on. That quarter turn pivots from day 1 were designed to be a sneaky discovery learning exercise to make you crave prepping. Did it work? Don't those turns now feel a lot better knowing that you can twist your body to generate the torque? We're going to be addressing spotting on day 4, but in the meantime, we recommend, kind of as a general rule, turning your face in the direction that you're turning as opposed to having a neck brace on. Now, some of you have heard me mention neck brace, but that's to keep us from tilting.
When we asked you in the Facebook group a couple days ago, how do you feel about turns or spins? Many of you expressed that you feel anxiety or dread or awkwardness. It's possible that the reason that you feel this way is either from the disorientation during the spin or the fear of how you might land or fall. Well, tomorrow we're going to start to tackle these skills.
Just so you can see how this applies to West Coast swing patterns that you know, a quarter pivot is exactly what a leader should be doing in an underarm turn or the beginning of a whip in an ideal situation.
To make it more ergonomic.
And in a whip from count 4 to 5, a half pivot is the type of turn we need, not just our head and shoulders.
For the follower in a whip, the type of turn that I do is dictated by the leader. If he turns me intentionally after count 1, which is more ergonomic for the follower and conserves body flight, the leader will cause me to do a 180-degree pivot on my right foot. But if the leader does not actively turn me, I could choose to do a more ballroom-inspired switch turn, pivoting on my left foot just after count 2. But I would never force this switch turn if a leader was trying to pivot me earlier.
A couple other of the common errors we're seeing in several videos is over prepping in both the compass and the coupe turn.
Here's what that looks like.
We're going to talk more about how much power you need to put into these preps on day 4. But for now, know that you really only need to power the first half of the rotation and then coast the rest.
Another common error we found in the Fred and Gingers is not engaging the ankle, which means that you start your pivot too late, resulting in pigeon toe. Or forgetting to close the free foot in, leaving it wide, resulting in waddling.
Guess what? You're going to start seeing a whole bunch of things wrong in your videos now because you're aware of things that we've been working on. But remember, it's unrealistic to demand of yourself to change everything at once. So each drill only has one focus, maybe 2. That's it. You're not allowed to beat yourself up for the details that are beyond that. Okay, that's it for day 2. Now that the posts are starting to build up, we really, really need you to use those topics because that's how we organize and find your videos.
All right, so stay tuned for day 3. Stay healthy.